If you could have gotten tattoos at 13, what garbage would you all be stuck with right now? Twilight, Team Edward across my forearm. Green Day, might still do that somehow to be honest, a mustache on my finger, probably a flowery tramp stamp, and probably 26 different matching tattoos with friends that I no longer talk to. Hundreds of Simpsons tattoos. Luckily I grew older and wiser, I have just one. Probably some cringy youth pastor Christian garbage on my chest, like a stylized cross or something LMAO. I was wondering if anyone else would say this. I was super religious and totally sure I always would be lol, so I thought if I got anything it'd be some kind of cross. That would have been terrible. Funny enough I also loved butterfly tattoos and tramp stamps before they were called that. Just thought the low back was a good spot, so I'd end up with a nice cross and a tramp stamp LMAO. Honestly, the cross from Full Metal Alchemist, and I don't think my current self would have regretted it. Oh lord, probably the Playboy bunny. My whole room was Playboy bunny. Must have been real weird for my mum to buy her only daughter all that Playboy stuff without telling me what it actually meant. I remember trying to explain it to a 16-year-old who had a similar obsession. Turns out she didn't care and just wanted to be a dumb blonde. She, at 16, had the fake nails, bleached hair, fake tan eyelashes etc. Her mum thought it was cute. I hope to god she grew out of it. Probably a dolphin or something. I would have definitely gotten a dolphin at 13. And when I got my first tattoo this past summer, at 32, it was a dolphin. But less of a Lisa Frank style one than I would have probably gotten at that age. So I guess that helps. I actually just found an old diary from about that age that had some tattoo ideas. The Godsmack self-titled album son. Most of the stuff I wanted wasn't too cringe. Just very dated. I went to Padre Island for spring break in the early 2000s. A girl we knew got drunk and picked out that art as a tramp stamp having no idea who Godsmack was. She then proceeded to leave it uncovered after the first day for the rest of the trip. No treatment, just sand and sun to really just give it that aged 15 years look. What a dumbus. I wasn't very nice about it. I should have been nicer. Maybe she would have listened better. Probably some cringe Eminem lyric. Oh god. I was obsessed with The Monster song by Eminem. I thought I was so badass for playing it at 30% volume with no headphones. I was too scared to go past 30% volume in public on the 50-meter walk from the bus to my house. I would definitely got some stuff like get along with the voices inside of my head. Or. But I'm actually weirder than you think. So many boomer rock band logos. I was the classic rock snob in middle school / high school. I still like a lot of those bands, but not nearly as much as I did then. Like, a Dark Side of the Moon tattoo isn't the worst thing to have on you, but I definitely wouldn't associate it with my best self. Well, the human body doesn't stop growing at 13, so most if not all tattoos would look really weird after some time. My body did. I mean bits did, but my height hasn't changed, neither have my feet. I've gained and lost weight, but in 14 years I haven't grown an inch. Calvin and Hobbes, one on each hand. Thought that would be cool as hell when I was 14. By the time I was 16, I realized that would be incredibly stupid, so thanks, puberty. Parents come from different countries, so I wanted the animals from their flags on my upper right and upper left back. Family names underneath. It's a cool idea for a t-shirt or some shit maybe, but I'm just glad I didn't follow through. Like with the family names, I'm not even close to anyone on my father's side and my family has problems with half of my mother's side family. So I'm not exactly Dom Toretto about family. It was more about my mix and identity, and I know who I'm. I don't need a billboard on my back to remind me if I have 2 mirrors to look at it. I actually got my first tattoo at 13. My mom signed for it, and it's actually still my favorite and most meaningful tattoo. It's a sparrow on my wrist, matching with my sister, who is 5.5 years older than me. She was 18 at the time. We got them on International Talk like a pirate day. A local shop had $20 tattoo specials and my mom let us take the plunge together. Her and I are still closer than ever. She's my best friend. Probably that design on the navy colored DBZ shirt that I've been missing. Swear mom threw out 20 plus years ago, and I'm determined to find it, though I no longer live in that house, nor can find a reproduction of it online. I think it would have aged well. I'd have probably gotten a One Piece tattoo. I still love One Piece, so it wouldn't have been too devastating, but I bet the type of tattoo would have been a lot less my style. A big tattoo of favorite characters instead of the more stylized / abstract style I'd go for now. I'm certain Ninja Turtles, Mario, Sonic, and Sunny D would be in the mix somewhere. Get Michelangelo fending off Mario and Sonic while chugging a Sunny Delight. And maybe have him surfing and playing a double neck guitar with notes coming out of it, so you know he's really shredding it. Oh, and in the background, like a pod leaf. Probably a dolphin. I could deal with that. I probably would have gotten a dolphin yin yang. Got the yin yang years later, and I love it. It was still illegal in my state when I got it, but the artist was really good and moved to Florida to train under a better artist a year after my tattoo was done. Probably a Flyers logo with the number 16. Bobby Clark was the first person with type 1 diabetes to play in a professional league. Super nice guy off the ice, and as a kid with diabetes, one heck of a person to look up to. I'd still be happy with it. Creed lyrics. I was a Creed superfan circa the release of the Human Clay album. Also would have probably gotten a bunch of Star Trek and Star Wars shit tattooed that I would have regretted in high school, but it came back around for me. Twilight or vampire related. Fairy or angel wings. Tinkerbell or Ariel or other Disney character. Giant mural of a wolf howling at the moon. Some random stuff dealing with witchcraft. Temmie from Undertale, even though I never played or watched anyone play the game. Crappy / cringy matching tattoos with a bunch of my friends, most of which I haven't talked to since I was that age. Sam Septisy, Jackseptice's little mascot. Minecraft. Lyrics to whatever cringy songs I liked at the time. I have wanted the same tattoo since I was 9 or 10. Raphael from the Ninja Turtles on my shoulder or back, although the design has evolved. Now I just want this sick picture of his Seizen bandana that I saw on DeviantArt like 10 years ago and can't find again. If I could find it, that would be my tattoo. My goal is to get it for my 70th birthday, if anyone will still tattoo me, and I will make my youthful self proud. I still remember the tattoos I wanted as a teenager. They are not good lol. I would have gotten the heart tangled in barbed wire in the center of my chest surrounded by tribals that look like broken glass that would cover both pectorals and stretch down to my elbows. Then on my back I'd have a spine tattoo wrapped in barbed wire. Above my right wrist I wanted Guy Fieri shirt looking flames, and above my left wrist I wanted a similar pattern, but made out of water. Not quite 13, but around that age. I'd have twin dragons on my face clutching my eyes like pearls, a split tongue, huge lobes, and probably tatted eyeballs of different colors by now, if I'd actually gone down that path. I got a tattoo at 12/13, and it's a very poorly done version of the tattoo Vladimir Todd has of his name in Elysian code from the Chronicles of Vladimir Todd, young adult high school vampire series. It's pretty embarrassing, and I DK what I'm going to cover it up with. My two tattoo ideas as a teenager, an anchor with the top bar being an infinity symbol, 2005 man, and a script tattoo saying blessed and beloved because Christianity was the biggest part of my identity. I'm not a practicing Christian anymore, and I'm so glad I didn't get either of those. I started getting tattooed at 14, and they are awesome. My last name across my back shoulders. An eagle with a snake, that is in retrospect pretty Nazi looking. Wally Coyote on my ribs, and some song lyrics on my bicep. I never got another after age 17. Lucky I didn't get the Bacardi bat, a marijuana leaf or Mr. Peanut. All were considered. None. I'd already worked out that tattoos are a really crappy art form. Detail level is low, background color is unalterable, and they don't last. Even the sharpest blackwork tattoo will, after a few years, look like it was drawn with a blue-green Sharpie and left out in the rain. Nothing. I once got an awesome notebook with a leather cover and what feels to me like rough homemade paper and handbound. I couldn't think of something good enough for my awesome notebook, so I never used it. I can't imagine a tattoo would be easier to choose. I cold gotten tattoos at 13. If I wanted to, I didn't or I did, but I couldn't decide what I want. Same thing now years later, I was supposed to get one, but then I just left it behind because I would spend hours on internet searching for what I like, gave different ideas to my friends who can draw etc. I couldn't decide because there is so much good and I feel like I'm going to want more and more after the first one. Thank crikey I couldn't. I'd got band names and stuff. But even when tattoos became a part of the group I was in my later teens, I had learned enough to know not to get them lightly. By the way, people who are tattooed are regarded, or were, 40 years ago. These days everyone's got a tattoo or 10, seems like. It isn't the counterculture signal it used to be. Like and subscribe for more edit videos.